hello there, and welcome to Stereo 3D Plays. As promised, we're back in Hellblade VR. And as promised, we're doing it with Oculus Airlink today, instead of using Steam Link. And we're going to be doing a comparison. But the first thing I have to point out right now is please don't try to adjust your video settings. No, this is not your YouTube player struggling to decode this video. The game looks like this for me right now. It is very blurry. And this ties into something I spoke of in the Skyrim VR video, where I suspected that this game had an issue with its internal resolution. And it turns out that I may be very, very right. So let's take a look at the case of a normal VR game like Fallout 4 VR, Skyrim VR, or Half-Life Alyx, for example. When a kind of game like that starts, what it does is it queries your VR runtimes, SteamVR or Oculus Home, and asks the runtimes, yo, about the headset on those runtimes, what resolution is the headset running at? And the runtimes are going to reply to the game with the resolution. And normally what the game's supposed to do is match that resolution immediately. And clearly, unlike the games I mentioned, Hellblade VR is not doing that. It's kind of skipping that step or doing it incorrectly. So the plot thickens. This is actually a little different. If I loaded into this game with SteamVR, either through Steam Link or through a desktop VR connection, I would get a very low resolution right now because my desktop is at 1080p. That's right, there is a bug in this game that with SteamVR, when you launch it in VR, it will take your desktop's vertical resolution and match that in the game and send that over to the headset. So when I was playing with Steam Link, if I had resolution scale at 100%, I would end up with a 1080p frame in a headset that has over twice that resolution. With Oculus, it's different. It's not the desktop resolution. I made a few tests and I kept launching and it was always the same. It was always this. And I wondered, what's going on? Why is this first slightly higher than Steam Link on default settings? But at the same time, why does it not change with my desktop? And then I thought about it and I'm like, oh no. They actually have this game launch at the Oculus Rift CV1's resolution. It's practically hard-coded. It's the only solution that makes sense. It's still a hypothesis. I can't really prove this because I can't really get in the game and see what its internal resolution is. I can only see the final output resolution, which is going to match my headset because I'm going through VR runtimes. A good way to tackle this instead of changing your desktop resolution is to raise this option, and I'll tell you why this works. Most of the time, a resolution scale option that is built into the game will render, if you put it over 100%, it's going to render the frame at a higher resolution, but then it's going to shrink it to the final output resolution, which in this case, the game does not do that. It actually renders at a resolution that's, for example, 140% higher and sends that directly to the headset. So the best solution to tackle this issue right now is to change this value. With SteamVR, if you're running your desktop at a resolution of 1080p and you're running this game in a Quest 3, this is the resolution scale you're going to want. Now you might think, hey, this is high, this is going to run like shit. It will not. It will actually run very well. The reason being is the starting resolution is so damn low that this is effectively a little bit above 1440p, maybe all the way to 2160p 4K. Sure, it demands a good GPU, but this game is not that demanding. I did some performance checks while I was doing these tests, and I found out that this game ran really well. Now, if I was doing this through Oculus, I think 180 would get me the resolution I'm supposed to be running this headset at. Maybe 190. I'm seeing it right now. I could bump it just a little more. But what's cool is the performance is unaffected. This is running almost exactly the same as it was at 100%, except it's looking 600 times better. This is one of these rare cases where resolution scaling is probably visible in the video because of how bad the difference is. We're doing a comparison, and I gotta play fair. And I'm not playing fair right now because the game looks a lot better than it did when I ran it through Steam Link. And this is not Steam Link's fault. This is this game's fault. I'm gonna go back to the setting I had when I played with Steam Link so that the visuals match. However, if you heard me talk about this, the game started at 1080p vertical with Steam Link plus 140% resolution scale. The game starts at 1200p with the Oculus runtimes. If I put a 140 in resolution scale, I automatically beat Steam Link by having a higher base resolution. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play it super fair here because I don't want to automatically think that Airlink is better than Steam Link. Although this is the direction we're going in right now. I really want to give this a fair shake. So now the game looks more or less like I had it with Steam Link. I almost feel bad for Steam Link right now because this looks considerably better. There is no way. There's just no way. I have to do something here. I have to do something. I feel bad. I actually feel bad. Bro, this still looks better than Steam Link. Why? I cannot tell you why. There's a smoothness to this image that is correct. It's not like aggressive anti-aliasing. It's just smooth. I can't even quite tell that the scale is wrong, the pixel scale. I experience micro stutter at the exact same locations I did with Steam Link. However, the big difference here is the constant performance is a lot better with Airlink. There's something about Steam Link that produces latency, time warps the frames, and outright drops a lot of them. Between 90 Hz when I played with Skyrim VR and 120 Hz in this game, I didn't really notice a difference because the performance was relatively atrocious, honestly. It's really not a good thing. And I understand that the resolution scale was actually higher at 140, but right now I only brought it back down to try and match visually Steam Link. And I can't seem to damage the image enough to make it look the same. See, Steam Link is going to fool you at first by having a sharper image. But the sharper image is only due to a really bare-bones sharpening filter that they apply that's akin to the sharpening filter on your TV or the one that's inside AMD's FSR. There really isn't nothing much to that, and it technically shouldn't even be applied to an image that's being encoded, because that sharpening really throws off the encoder and makes everything look worse. This looks substantially better at a resolution that I can tell right now is slightly inferior to what I had with Steam Link. I'm going to play the game a little more with the setting I have now, but then I will jack resolution scale because I do want to play this game at the resolution it should be, finally. You know, see it the way it's supposed to look like. But also, I want to see performance. I don't think it's going to make much of a hit. When I did my tests, I have an RTX 4080. I understand that. But according to the tests I did, this should actually run at a resolution scale of 180 with Oculus runtimes, a resolution scale of 180 on a Quest 3 with a GTX 1080. You'd be able to pull it off. If you're running this game with SteamVR, not with Oculus runtimes, remember that this is tied to your desktop resolution. So if you have a desktop that is 4K, you're not going to notice any issues. If you have a desktop that's 1440p and you have a 3rd gen headset like this one, you may notice issues, but in that case, don't go all the way to 200%. Go to 150 over here in resolution scale. You should be fine with 150, you'll match the headset. But be careful with that. Very important. But if you're using Oculus, it's a fixed value, and if you're using a Quest 3, I would just recommend going to 190. It should actually resolve any mismatches. I'm not one of them. You know, I was telling you in the first video that Senyu is really special and has a lot of people in her head, a lot of them voices, and that this game was so schizo that I couldn't make it any more schizo by testing. Well, it turns out that I was wrong. I made it even more schizo. Actually, it's a bug. It's already schizo. It's got voices and it hears resolutions that don't exist. What? 1080p, 1440p, 2160p, 720p. Ah! There are two main differences right now going on, visually speaking, between Steam Link and Airlink, and it appears to be color profile related. This may be slightly brighter. In fact, maybe I could turn down the gamma, whereas with Steam Link, I felt like I had to increase it. This could use a bump down in gamma. And also the colors, it's not really vividness, it just looks more real. It's so hard to describe the difference, but there is a big difference in the color scheme. It looked more artificial through Steam Link, if I can describe it that way. A bit more heavy-handed is the word I could use. It's like there's a color enhancement going on that I would probably want to turn off. This, what I'm seeing right now, looks substantially better. And this lightning, I don't remember affecting my eyes like this. It's every time it goes off right now, I'm just like, whoa. So cool. Like I said earlier, the constant performance, the baseline performance of the game is excellent right now with Airlink, and it was not excellent with Steam Link. The baseline performance was... It basically left to be desired a lot. And the same problem with Skyrim VR. Even my tests later on proved that Airlink did not have performance issues with that game as well. Whoa. Yo, personal space invader. Whoa. Oh, they can't be hit. I just... Oh! They can't be hit. I never noticed that. Oh, wow. 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 Why is this so good looking? Look, I'm tempted to switch the resolution right now, honestly, because I want to see this fucking game the way it's supposed to look, and this is a really good looking scene. But I'll tell you what, door number 1 or door number 2, I'm going to take the door on the left, door number 1, and I'm going to walk in there and take a look at the first scene before I switch. For science, for the respect of science, we're going to do it correctly, because I do want to take a look at that shot, the way it runs with Airlink.
Ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains.
Fucking goosebumps, this game. I'm not even like... I just saw this scene 3 times in a row. I'm getting goosebumps from this fucking game. I'm not even running at the right resolution. I get goosebumps from this fucking game. I really do recommend this. Wow, this light. Alright. I am doing a direct comparison right now. I very much have a burned-in image of this scene in my mind while I was playing with Steam Link. And it's mostly the same. I'll tell you what was very forgiving for Steam Link. In terms of visuals here, not in terms of performance, it was the resolution. If Steam Link is receiving smaller frames, it has less work to do, and the fact that I'm running at a pretty high bit rate, well, that bit rate density in the image is much higher because the image is smaller, but at the same bit rate as if I was running at a higher resolution. So it had less artifacts. The surprise is right now that this is practically identical. I didn't expect much more or less, but right now we're actually gonna depart from this one-to-one comparison because I kind of have my answers. That first answer is, what was the visual difference? In this case, it's no Skyrim. Visually speaking, I just didn't have any artifacts in both situations, which I think is due to the lowered resolution, of course. Performance-wise, it's a no contest. Airlink makes Steam Link look like an experimental piece of software at best. Honestly, the performance was not acceptable. I'm running at 90 Hertz right now, whereas with Steam Link I was running at 120. This is probably the only major difference between the two. But the game was just not giving me an impression of 120 Hertz. It was giving me an impression that it was in pain. It was suffering. I did later tests to see if the GPU performance was out of control, and it was not. The game, even through Steam Link, was only demanding about 35%, 40% GPU, even at proper resolution scales. Yet, in the headset, it feels like the game is struggling, which means that it's the interface that's causing the problem, the wireless interface, Steam Link. This right now runs so well that I'm starting to think, why in the hell would I ever use Steam Link? Unless there are no other options left. And that would include virtual desktop, by the way. For those of you who wonder, yes, I will get to virtual desktop. And primarily, the thing that's going to attract me towards virtual desktop faster than I initially would have gone to it is how bad Steam Link is. So folks, it's time to do this. We're going at the correct resolution. We're entering the third generation of VR finally with Hellblade VR. And holy shit. I never even fucking noticed that the wooden structure in the background of that first shot is still here right now. Because I just probably didn't have enough resolution to pay attention to it. I'm not saying I wouldn't have seen it if I looked for it. Just the fact that the resolution is higher. Holy... I want to get in there. I want to get in those puzzles now. This looks beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. I can't believe I thought this was aliasing, but mind you, that's not my fucking fault. It really did look like bad FXAA or some kind of TAA that's just not designed for VR. Jesus Christ. This is not the same. So this is the pixel density that I got in Skyrim VR while playing that game, except now I'm looking at the mountains in the distance and it's day and night, both visually and performance. Day and night. I know for a damn fact that this image will produce shimmer. There's foliage there that would cause shimmer with Steam Link, and in turn would also cause a lot of encoding artifacts. All these herbs with the little yellows and the beiges, that shit would tank the image quality big time. You know what? This is performing way too well. This is just like, why bother going lower when the thing is fucking kicking ass? I don't know if my capture is going to be affected by this. The VR mirror may actually be affected negatively by this settings change. I'm gonna see. I don't expect it to be, because right now I think I'm running at something like 42-43% GPU, which is really not much. I know, again, it's a 4080, but for Christ's sake, now I'm running at full res, high detail, all the options jacked up. Wow. Well, here's that micro stutter. Between the scenes, the micro stutter is almost identical to what I had with Steam Link. It's almost identical at any resolution scale. Just when it... What the fuck? I'm so sorry for screaming. What? This... When the... Okay, the fog volume's back. When the fog volume faded away, that clarity was so nice. Holy shit. No, this is... Wow. Wow. Like, technically I should be going back through this with Steam Link, but I will tell you right now, I'm not biased. I just know that it's not going to be as good at this point based on the results with Skyrim VR. And I just know it's not going to run this well. I mean, why the fuck would I do that at this point? I'm just going to enjoy it with this right now. Oh my god! The color profile was so beautiful through this encoder. What the actual fuck? And like I said earlier, I think this is the lack of enhancements rather than the presence of them. It's just giving me the image the game wants me to see. Nice.
End it now. Nearly the end.
I hate that the controls get disabled when the enemy spawns in. Oh, I backed off there because I'm always afraid they block and come right back. Nice! Die already, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna try to get ready for a second one to spawn in. Okay, well, if you're not gonna strike me, I will strike you. There we go. This is where I want to be. Yeah, yeah. And you're dead.
It's nearly over. Finish. We finished it.
Oh, you did it for a jab, you little fuck. I forget what the there we go, bitch. I forget what the diamond means. I don't know if I'm supposed to press melee or block.
Take him down. Take him down now.
Yeah, of course I will. Don't worry about it. Oh. Badly timed there, but it's okay. Still a block. Ooh. Anybody else? No? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna suffer for that one. Nice. Ah, God damn it! Ooh, 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 ooh. Excuse me. What was that? What the fuck was that? Huh? You're dead. Fuck you.
Do it. You're close.
Nice. Really enjoying that combat. Hey, Senua. Hey, Senua, I got a favor to ask you. Oh, shit. Bro, I'm trying to concentrate. Game, stop this. Stop. Cease immediately. Cease immediately. Oh, come on. Everywhere I look, I see something I've never seen before in the game, and I've been here like 5 times. What the fuck, man? Hey, Senua, while trying to open this gate, can you do me a favor? Can you, like, just maybe not fall through the map? I would appreciate that very much. You know, maybe she fell through the map because that performance was so ass that it was fucking up the colliders. Actually, I don't think so, because I think internally the game was performing fine. It was really Steam Link not sending the frames over to my headset on time or not at all. I have a feeling it was dropping a good third of the frames that the game was actually rendering. He looks really cool. Oh my god, everything looks so good. All those wood spikes were full of fucking jaggies. Dude, asshole. Fucking asshole. That's so cool. Okay, so this is the part. They think I'm fucking lost. They literally think I'm fucking lost. That's insane. Insane. Your voices are pretty stupid. Can I get smarter voices in my head, please? Or at least ones that don't bully me for no reason. Wow. Motherfucker, man. Why?
She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. She can get out. Must be magic. Dog, magic. A trick. Raven. Trick on her. Raven. How can she get out? Wait. It's here. Dark magic.
I like when you do get the solution and the voices really start going at it. They start wilding out.
She's doing it on her.
They're like, holy shit. Oh no, she did it. Why did she do it? How did she do it? Oh my god, she's so smart. How is she so smart? Oh my god. There should be like a mod pack where the voices are just potty mouth. And it's just like, holy fucking shit, she's tripping balls, man. Motherfucker, bitch, holy fuck. Okay, don't fuck around with me. Damn well know I got the symbol. Yeah, you damn well know I know what I'm talking about. Wow.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. Deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
What? I remember now. What? Assholes. Hell no, you don't. Holy fuck, they really blindsided me here. Oh shit, I fucking hate it when I do that. Way too early. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna finish him. There we go. That's it. I think this is the first place where I get 2 in a row. At the same time, I mean. Fucking ass.
He's down.
Nice. Hell yeah. I'm sorry that today I actually replayed the exact same thing. But I looked at where I was at my last save and I thought of what was to come, and I was like, it's just not gonna match. It's not gonna make for a good comparison. I really need to be doing this through the beginning of the game, which I did with the exact same settings, so I could get like an A and B comparison. Results are similar, but again, this is strictly visually, and it's probably due to the resolution issue. Performance is not. Performance alone makes Steam Link look outright experimental. It causes Airlink to totally kick Steam Link's ass and take it straight to school. It's not even a contest or a discussion.
Do you know what it's like?
It's an absolute unfair match, in my opinion. Just on performance alone. But also that if I reloaded Steam Link in this game
Never to return.
with this resolution setting, or a correct resolution setting, should I say, I would probably see as much artifacting, or a lot more artifacting, closer to what I saw in Skyrim VR. And tell you frankly, I'm not that tempted to do that. I just want to continue playing like this right now. It's so buttery smooth. Put aside the micro stutter, this is surprising performance, even for a 4080, considering that these graphics settings are literally all maxed out, and that I am running at a resolution that's right around 2208p, which is the resolution of this headset. And it's just looking perfect. In the first session, when I ran this at 120 hertz, the biggest issue I noticed with 120 hertz and wireless VR is batteries. It's not just the fact that it shortens battery life by about 20-30%, but it also is a pretty intense power draw, which can actually wreck the batteries. So I'm gonna be careful with that. My external power bank was actually warm to the touch after my first session using Steam Link in this game, and that's probably not good. Is the only issue of running at 120 hertz. If Airlink ever integrate 120 hertz in their interface, I will try it out. That's interesting.
She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat the darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd
She'd
be
be
dead.
dead. She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian. But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Ruth helped her.
Oh, here we go. Now I can see the difference. I can see the ravens disappearing.
The ravens. They've gone. No.
The ravens are gone.
They've gone.
They've gone. Half of them are gone.
Oh, ravens.
I'm not helping with the voices, am I?
It's true. Quiet. Out in the wilds. In cold winter woods. She no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Don't laugh at me. I've been doing great, you fucking bitches. Sacks of shit. I feel sorry that the voices that occupy your head are actually fucking assholes. This has been an interesting experiment. One of the interesting things I find is I've seen a lot of people be very critical of Airlink, and down the line, I don't fully understand it. The reason being is I never really had issues with Airlink. Was that a good image output? No lag, no latency. It's not even like I have a very special router. It's a router from 2018 or 2019. It does not have, I think it's Wi-Fi 6. It only has Wi-Fi 5. And it works pretty well. I mean, I'm at the maximum fixed bit rate for this wireless tech, and I'm not getting latency. So that has to go for something, right? It's worth something. The experience through Steam Link, day and night compared to Oculus Airlink. Like I said earlier, mainly due to performance, the sharpening filter, the color profile, and of course, at this resolution, the guaranteed amount of encoder artifacts you'll get through Steam Link just don't make the tech worthwhile at all. Would I recommend that you try Steam Link for yourself? Sure. But I would actually go out of my way to advise against using it regularly. Because even though initially you might see something be like, hey, this doesn't look bad at all, you're gonna notice in under 5 minutes that that's due to a sharpening filter. And then you're gonna start seeing the artifacts, noticing them more and more. This is not the kind of situation like with Airlink. If you run a game that for some reason, like Fallout 4 for example, if you start noticing some artifacts, you'll eventually just become numb to them. You'll adapt. Whereas with Steam Link, it was the opposite. The more I saw them, the more annoying they became. With Skyrim VR, I kept noticing them increasingly. Just more and more and more. And at some point, you're just like, bro, I want to quit out of the game and launch it with either the Wire or with Airlink or with fucking virtual desktop. I don't care which. I want something else. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. And like I just said, I shall see you soon, one way or the other. Hope you enjoyed.